Hey, Offerin family. Welcome back for yet another episode of the Offerin podcast. Today, we've invited Ben back to chat a little bit more. He's super deep into investment and specifically real estate investments. So we want to dive into some of that today and what motivates him and what are some things to think about when investing in properties. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, Ben, so glad you're here. So glad you're back. So today we want to talk about investing. So what in the world got you started in this? What is the aha moment you had that you said, this is what I'm doing with my life?
Mm-hmm. I was 23 and I was in law school.
Okay.
And I had bought my first house. And I was sitting in those, I don't know what it was, intro to something law or whatever.
Okay.
And it was the last place I wanted to be.
In law school?
My dad was an attorney. My whole life I said, I'm going to be an attorney. Uh-huh. Everybody said, oh, you're good at being argumentative. You should be an attorney, whatever. And all I could think about was going to work on that investment property. And at that moment also I was excited about, I was like, I think I actually can make money at this. Like that was like, this is exciting. It felt like a treasure hunt. I was like, oh, there's opportunity here. Now that was after I had probably just got done negotiating that horrible deal. I didn't know it was a horrible deal. I thought I had done a great job.
Sure.
Whatever. But yeah, it was, and my degree is in accounting and finance. So there was like a lot of money stuff involved there. Construction. I had put myself in college. I had paid for a lot of my college by running a tree trimming service. Oh, okay. So it was just outside with my hands, whatever. It just seemed, and I also had this, this was like I would say a negative. It's like a positive negative. I had this thought like, I want to work really hard and invest in something so one day I don't have to work hard. I think that is horrible, by the way, but that was definitely in my brain. Okay. That kind of played out. And like I would advise myself now, I'd be like, oh, you're doing this for all the wrong reasons. Like that's a trap. You're going to wear yourself out. Like this is anyways, this is generational. Like owning property is generational. It's not just for yourself to like hurry up and like do whatever the heck you want.
Oh, we're going to dive into that a little bit more. So I was thinking, in my whole life, my professional life, I've been around careers, career coach, helping people understand like what it takes to like get a new job, but there's always something there like a push-pull factor.
Okay.
Right. So do you feel like law school was pushing you out or do you feel investing was pulling you in?
100% pull.
Okay. So you had this pull, but what was it? You said, was it the money opportunity or was it just to use your hands? Was it, you know what I'm saying? What was there?
I would say the treasure hunt.
The treasure hunt.
Combined with this idea that maybe I wasn't going to have to work as hard one day.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting looking back like 20 years ago, you're like, what you knew of the world. And then today looking back, what you do know, and you're like, oh man, I had so much to learn. And then thinking like the next 20 years.
Yeah. There's much more to learn. Still so much more to learn.
That's amazing. So you've invested for the last 20 plus years?
Yeah. Since I was, I guess since I was 21. I said 23. It was actually when I was 21 when I bought my first house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
21. I'm 43. So 22 years.
So how many units do you own?
126.
Okay. So the variety, is it all one thing?
Apartment buildings.
Okay.
Office buildings, trailer park, Airbnbs, farmland. And I've owned other kinds of things like inner city rentals, suburban rentals.
Yep. Something that stood out was trailer park.
Yeah.
When I think of an investment, I'm not thinking of a trailer park, but tell me, what's the lure?
What's the lure?
What is it?
Yeah.
Why a trailer park? When I think of investors, I don't think of trailer parks, honestly.
Mobile estate.
Oh, excuse me.
Mobile home.
Okay.
Mobile
All right.
home,
That's much better. Oh, then never
mobile
mind.
home, yeah.
My mind is erased. I do think of that.
There was an opportunity.
Okay.
That was the right opportunity for me to jump in on something. And I like doing different things in real estate. There are some people that have all of the same kind of real estate. I love trying new things in real estate.
Okay.
And I coach people, you know, 1 or 2 a year, people that are interested in getting into real estate. So I love having the diverse understanding. It's interesting to me. The people are, you know, multifamily properties, like there's a whole pathway to understanding all of that. So that part is pretty similar across the board. But dealing with mobile homes moving in and out or not moving out, it's different than, you know, apartments. You don't have to fix the mobile homes. You know, you're really renting land.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice. You're taking care of some water lines and some sewer lines and some roads, which are all kind of like big infrastructure, but you're not having to deal with like, hey, my furnace went out.
Wow.
You know,
that's really interesting to, you know, think of it from a land perspective. Me not investing in you know, the mobile estates.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. And in fact, McDonald's, they say, hey, we're not necessarily a restaurant investor. We're it's the real estate.
Yeah.
And then we just happen to have a restaurant on it, or a fast food space.
Yeah. In that mobile home space, though, you know, having people that own their own, having a community of people that own the properties is very important.
Yeah.
It's very different than owning a park where you are renting units out. Those are not the same kind of park. Yeah. So it's important.
So in my time, I've met a lot of investors, different types. You see some win big with big egos. You see some lose, you know, on the other side. But for you, you've been doing it for over 20 years. What is the one thing that sets you apart?
I believe that one thing is probably the Bible verse, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like that idea of providing a space that I would want to live in for someone else, like echoes through everything I do. So instead of trying to go super fast and try to have all the numbers and whatever, my wife and I are constantly thinking about like, what is it like for the person living or renting our space? And are we providing them what we would want someone to provide for us?
Wow.
And the result of that is I have, like currently, I think we just rented the one unit that we have available. I haven't gone to eviction court in 6 or 7 years. I haven't missed a payment of rent all through COVID, didn't miss. One guy, actually it was a police officer. He like just bailed on me, just moved out. Like that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But we re-rented that unit out.
Sure.
Maybe he had a family, something or other. It was just weird. But all paid, no, you know, just like we've had just this like wild run of people honoring us back by paying their rent.
Wow. That kind of blows my mind. I see that as different. I don't ever hear that.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. I mean, there's like an order of events to it, but it is.
So you're providing that space for someone that you would want if you were to live there.
You know, a lot of times someone that's renting properties might say like, oh, they say these words, it's just a rental. To me, I'm like, no, that's that person's home. Like that's their dwelling. Like that's like, so for example, in apartment life, we're very strict about who we let into our apartment complexes because, you know, we had the thought early on, like, well, you know, take a person who has had a criminal history.
Okay.
Is that person bad? No. they went down a wrong road and they're having to figure out which way to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they have a tendency, let's just say, that could be destructive, my opinion is that person needs to be in like a single family house. Like there's one culture there.
Mm.
I don't want to put that person next door to somebody in an apartment complex scenario where they might have, the temptation to do the wrong thing and put other people in harm's way. So just like understanding something simple of like, well, if I was living there, would I want the landlord to put somebody who has a deep criminal history right next door to me?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want them to do that. I would want that kind of feeling of like, no, like the neighbor is a very similar, circumstance, and I'm safe in this environment.
Mm-hmm. You said a couple of things that kind of stand out to me. You mentioned going back a couple minutes ago, you talked about 6 to 7 years that you haven't had to go to eviction court.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like that's not normal, especially over a span of 120 plus units, right?
Yep.
How do you do that?
Okay.
Because that sounds like a different.
Yeah. All right. So there's a couple key elements to that. Number one element, fixing the properties up so that 100% of people want to rent them is a big deal.
Okay.
Right. So like if you like renovate your properties really well and make them beautiful, and you're asking a reasonable rent for it, everybody's going to want it because it's like, wow, this is a fair price. It's a beautiful unit. Everybody's going to want it.
Sure.
The second part is having an actual criteria and actual ability to tell people no, so that you're basically looking, let's just say like for the top 10%, I always say this to people, there are great people at every income level. There's phenomenal people at every income level. This isn't about income.
Mm-hmm.
There's jerks at every income level.
Sure.
Right? So what we're looking for is this like top 10% person. We're providing a top 10% product. Now we're going to say no to everyone who doesn't fit in that top 10% category, right? We're going to set our limits that way. Well, it takes a little bit of faith to go ahead and put the money out to make your units nice. It takes a little more faith to tell everybody no if they don't fit the criteria that you've set for the place until the person comes along.
Yeah.
Once they're there, now you got to keep them there, right? Mm-hmm. So to keep them there, you have to offer a very high level of service. Like we actually tell our tenants, hey, if you have stuff breaking and you don't call us, like that is grounds for eviction.
Wow.
Versus, hey, you're here now. All I want is the money. Please don't call me because I don't want to fix stuff, which is actually a common thing you would hear amongst tenants. Another thing, so when you provide that high level of service and you're like, no, this is my property. Like this is my job actually to take care of this. Please respect it. Don't damage it. But like, this is my job. Is to take your job is to pay me rent. It's your job. Go do a good job at it. I'll do a good job. You do a good job. So when you kind of get that understanding with people, it is challenging to find landlords who talk about this stuff the way I'm talking about it. They're out there. There's people that get what I'm talking about. Sure. Tenants love a good landlord. Mm-hmm. Why? Why do they love it? It's their life. It's their existence. So like, imagine you have a problem and your landlord is not like, got it, on it, done, fixed, like you're moving forward.
Yeah.
That means something. That says that you are valuable. You are valuable for me to respond quickly to your problem. It also means that I'm like, hey, I'm also valuable. So when the first comes around, it's time for you to pay me. Like, don't stop for a second and think I'm not going to value myself back because I'm going to. So if you can't pay me, totally fine. Leave. Like, I don't care. I'll find the next person who's going to come in there and want to rent this beautiful space.
Wow. Yeah, that's intense. I thought investing was all about money. Like, can you make money? Because yes, you can make money. I guess the question is more like, if you want to go for that, can you make money? Because I think of, you said fixing it up. That takes money. It takes capital to fix up a unit and make it better or a better place to live. You're talking about telling people no. Like potentially your 10% rule is like 90% people don't fit, only that 10%. So you might have a vacant unit for a longer period of time until you find that person.
Yep.
What? That's losing money. Is that bad business, or how do you overcome that mentally?
Okay, so if you take the approach that this life is all about you, and in a short time period, you need to hurry up and get the money. Like, you got to make decisions that are like, if I don't get these done soon, then I'm going to miss out.
Sure.
If you are making decisions that are like, I'm building momentum, I'm building something for my grandchildren, you're not trying to just build wide, you're building deep. You're building a rhythm, you're building a team, you're building a staff, you're building a life, you're building a business, a momentum that you're right up front. Yeah, it's costly. You don't make as much up front, but you're planting an oak tree. You're not growing a weed. So that by the time those grandkids come around and you're about dead, like, you've changed the course of your name because like you decided to do something for these people down the road. It's very motivating because you're like, I don't have to be in a hurry, and I can do things well.
Well, how do you get started? So like, here's the thing, like, people need money to live, even the investor. Yeah. We talk to real estate agents all the time. We've had, that other podcast we talked about getting started as a real estate agent. You take months or years before you even make any money. Yeah. Before you break even. Yeah. Investing, you still need to eat. Yeah. Still need to care for your family. How do you get started? Where is it? Don't you need to have money to make money? Need to have money to make an investment? Do you believe that?
No.
Why not?
If I will say it, why not? If you took everything away from me right now, I have no money. I have to keep my mind.
Okay, great. You can have your mind,
and I'm not emotionally distressed because everybody's gone. All that. I'm like happy still or whatever. Okay. Like, and I have nothing. I can make back what I have.
How?
Okay, so the most people think money is the big problem. Okay. But if you look at it objectively, the government just prints off money. They print it. Whenever they don't have enough, they just do a bill and they're like, oh, it's a $5 trillion. I think somebody once said, like, if you stacked $1 bills, I mean, think about how thin those are. $1 bill from like here to the moon, that's like 1 trillion or something like that. It's like some ridiculous example. Okay. Right? So for all of us, like normal people, like, we're looking at money as this like scarce thing, when in reality, it's just this like wildly common, abundant thing, right?
It's not even real.
It's not even, it's, well, I kind of know. I mean, you're real, I'm real. It's like, it's a piece of paper that we all agree is like the thing, but all around the world, it's like so much focus on the money. When in reality, what do they say? The more rare something is, the more valuable it is. Okay. Right? Everybody agrees with that principle.
Agreed. Yep.
So money is not rare. It's not rare. It's not valuable. There's one of you on the entire planet. The absolute maximum value is you. One of you. One of me. Right? Yep. So as soon as you understand that, you're like, whoa, the guy in front of me is like super valuable. Right? So in order to be a great real estate investor, you actually have to understand that it's actually about being a great operator. I told you that the other day about the Navy, or Aiden. I told Aiden about being a Navy SEAL. The government invests millions of dollars into a guy, an operator, a frogman, whatever, because that guy knows what to do under pressure. He knows how to make decisions. He knows how to take down the bad guys. He's the thing of value. The money was just there to build up him. So the reason why you don't actually need any money to be great at real estate investing is because you actually need to, sometimes having a lot of money as a real estate investor who's not an operator can be devastating. That's where you get people that screw things up. This is all about understanding that you becoming an operator is the thing of value. And once you have that, and listen, operators learn from other operators.
Right.
There's a, Master Chief, he teaching all the guys, like, this is how you do it. And like, once you get that, there's always like new weird nuances, but like the core of this stuff it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Simple, but not easy.
Yeah. There you go. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up for today. Ben, thanks so much. Again, we could talk for hours on this stuff, and appreciate your wealth of knowledge. I love the difference too between, just approaching it from, the money is not the object. It is the person behind the money.
Yeah. The money's the byproduct. Money is always the byproduct of something working well.
Mm-hmm.
If it's working well, if it's a business or whatever, it's going to produce money.
Great.
Yep.
Well, Offerin family, hopefully you enjoyed this conversation today. As always, we appreciate any comments, thoughts. If you guys have thoughts for Ben, please add the comments below as well. And, like and subscribe. That's how the algorithms work, so we'd love to continue to create content like this. Thanks. Keep hustling.